Since the FDA and CDC paused the Johnson & Johnson vaccine, we've seen mass vaccination sites at Indianapolis Motor Speedway and in Fishers switch to using Moderna's or Pfizer's vaccines.
But not all Johnson & Johnson sites have been able to make that switch, and that includes a pharmacy in Greenfield, which would have been the first in Hancock County to provide neighbors with that single-dose shot. WRTV's Nikki DeMentri learned more about the complications the pause is causing for some sites and the people signed up to get those Johnson & Johnson shots. Plus, with team coverage tonight, Megan Sanctorum is going to show us how one local area without easy access to any vaccine now has an opportunity to get vaccinated. But we begin with Nikki.
Hello, hello.
Wednesday should have brought at least 50 Hoosiers to Medicap Pharmacy in Greenfield for a COVID-19 vaccine.
We posted the appointments, and within 24 hours, I would say they were all filled up.
Hoosiers coming from as far as Muncie scooped up the 200 appointments for the Johnson & Johnson COVID-19 vaccine happening across the multi-day clinic. But things Tuesday, the first day of the COVID-19 vaccine clinic here, didn't go as planned.
My gut dropped because I was like, all this work, all this time we've spent waiting to get these vaccines.
Staff pharmacist Riley Warner says a vaccine clinic is something they've been ready to do since January, but they couldn't until last week because of a lack of vaccine shipments.
We've been here since 1997, and our community, I think, has really come to depend on us. They still think of us as that like mom and pop store. We try and take care of everyone the best way we can, and that was a huge part of it, was being able to offer COVID vaccines.
Warner believes the pause shows the system in place is working. So does Thomas Dzinski.
This should be a good sign to Hoosiers and the public that we are doing our homework around this and we are watching out for their safety.
The infectious diseases expert says in the short term, he feels there won't be a major disruption to the state's vaccine rollout.
Vaccine site like at IMS yesterday was able to transition and pivot very quickly to the Moderna vaccine. So that tells me that we have adequate vaccine supply in the state.
But the rollout could be slowed in rural areas and areas with smaller pharmacies, Dzinski says, that may not have the storing capabilities for Moderna or Pfizer.
But that's why Johnson & Johnson was so important to us, that one, it's a single dose. And second, that the Johnson & Johnson, like the Moderna vaccine, didn't need special refrigeration.
Medicap Pharmacy only has a small freezer that could store the Moderna vaccine. It's not cold enough for Pfizer.
It's just kind of a question of if we would be able to get it because we're not one of the federal partners.
Tuesdays and Wednesdays appointments at Medicap and Hancock County are canceled. For Hoosiers with those appointments, they're not able to make them up and will have to reschedule elsewhere. Warner says the staff is waiting on guidance from the FDA and CDC before deciding to cancel even more appointments.
As soon as we have vaccines that we're allowed to give, we will be giving them. It's just that question of which vaccine is it going to be and when are we going to be able to have it?
Working for you, Nikki DeMentri, WRTV.